Obviously, as a professional speaker, I think live, face-to-face is the best version of doing that. But second to that is then the video, because it's not just the voice and it's certainly not just the written communication, but you actually get to see the person and you get to see their body language and the visual communication, in addition to all the other fancy things you can do with extra additional visuals and the fast-moving screens that especially young people are used to. That is very powerful and provocative. But the second reason I think that video is important is because it is the format that younger people are more comfortable with. This is how information gets sent and processed to them. So the younger your staff, the younger your clients, the more likely it is that video is their preferred means of processing information and processing data. Being forced to chunk your data up into smaller pieces and being forced to think about more than just the actual words, but also how those words are packaged, will increase the power and effectiveness of the communication. And that in turn will impact on the impact that it has in changing and influencing behavior and mindset. So for me, video is an absolutely vital piece of, or a cog in the whole machine of communication, engagement, and connection.
We could use it in multiple different places. So I need it for the website, so I can make the website more engaging. I can use it for campaigns, because I can email video clips to people and track all that through Salesforce.com. So it allows me to use video for our sales training, for big events, and of course we can also syndicate it through other channels. So it's got multiple uses. It's not just a one-track pony.
Digital video has hugely changed the way things can be done. I mean, I was chatting with a friend the other day who said I reminded him of somebody at some company somewhere halfway around the world. I said, well, what's his name? And he gave me his name, he gave his company, and right away I was on YouTube, and there he was. And I said, really? You thought of me when you saw him? It's just something that's at our fingertips. The whole online experience, the whole video experience. I thought Jed Simmons from YouTube captured it really well. This is another transformation that we're only just scratching the surface in terms of how we use it.
I think video has a strong role to play in engagement. And there's a lot of research now. I'm not going to tell you the numbers, but the numbers are staggering about the use of YouTube, for instance. And one of YouTube's secrets is the apps that allow you to put the YouTube video on your own site and so forth. But another secret is the fact that video is inherently engaging to people because it's much more like real life than a still photo or a disembodied voice on a podcast or whatever. And the more authentically real life you are, the better off you're going to be. I think also video, in terms of engagement, I think also video has taught marketers that it's not so much the production value that is engaging. It's the story, okay? It's the story that engages. Consumers know it's coming on. It's coming down a pipe. It's it's not in the cable system. It's not coming. And maybe it's called broadband, but it's not quite as broad as high definition. We know that. Consumers know that. They're not stupid. But what they're interested in is a story. And I think video allows companies and brands to tell more interesting stories.